Good evening and welcome to Divine Healing Valley Wednesday group meet. And I'm Shashi Dhar, your host. I welcome you all to the evening session today. And the agenda for today is Throat Chakra Consciousness. How many of you saw the post? कितने लोगों ने post देखा आज group में? Yes. So Throat Chakra Consciousness, everybody is aware of that. So let us have some people share what comes to your mind when we talk of Throat Chakra Consciousness. And how many of you are aware of the 7 major chakras in our body, and this being the 5th chakra from the bottom, you can say. So if you start, Mooladhar, root chakra hai, then Swadhisthana chakra, then solar chakra, then heart chakra, then the throat chakra or the Vishuddha chakra, right? So this is the 5th chakra from the lower count. So let's have some people share. What do you understand by throat chakra consciousness? Yes, Minu, you go ahead.
It's related to communication, the way we express ourselves.
Very good. So it is related to communication and self-expression. Very good. Anybody else who would like to add? Anybody else who would like to add? This is a space element. So as I said, the lower 5 chakras are related to the physical elements. So it is earth, water, fire, air, and space. So throat chakra corresponds to the space. In space, we talk of sound and communication. So absolutely right what Miniju has said. It is pertaining to sound, it is pertaining to communication and self-expression. Yes. Anybody else who wants to add? Throat chakra mein aur kya hoga?
I think to add in expression, it is also about patient listening, which is also a part of communication.
Absolutely
and
right.
Also certain biological manifestations, which is something around, for example, asthma, allergies, which is around respiratory system. So apart from being able to listen and communicate, and not just with the help of the oral communication, but also the other communication forms, for example, body language, understanding and then responding. It also controls to some extent how do we react and not, sorry, how do we respond and not just react. And as I said, biological also. So according to me, I think these are the additional.
Good, very well said. So communication will, as you rightly said, include speaking as well as listening, correct? And throat chakra, being the throat, the hollow of the throat chakra is the process by which we breathe. So it also controls the respiratory system. So absolutely right, you said. So when it controls the respiratory system, it also is directly in control with the working with the heart chakra, which is a circulatory system. So both of these air and space element are very closely connected with each other, right? So this is important, and obviously, as you said, you react and you respond. So even that will come from here. So self-expression, creativity. I would say creativity is the seat of throat chakra. So throat chakra is the seat of creativity. And when we create, we talk of 3 tools of creation: thoughts, words, and actions. Correct? So all the creativity will be expressed from here. So if your throat chakra is absolutely perfect, you're operating from there, and throat chakra is healed and working perfectly, your creativity will be at your very best. Creativity for the physical world. We are talking of the physical world right now, right? So, and your self-expression will be absolutely perfect. So you'll be a great communicator, you'll be a great speaker, great orator, great listener. So all these will be, you could be a great trainer. Yeah. So all these are qualities which will be there when somebody is perfect in operating from the throat chakra, right? Okay. Anybody else who would like to add? Yes, Minu, you go ahead.
The gland which is connected is thyroid.
Correct, very right. So it also takes care of the proper working of thyroid gland. So you could have thyroid problem also in case it is not working perfectly, right? So yes, that is true. Thyroid is also taken care at the throat chakra level. What else? What else comes to your mind when it comes to throat chakra?
Speaking your truth.
Speaking the truth, very good. Satya. Satya is a very paramount importance for the throat chakra. And if you are speaking lies, if you're cheating people, if your behavior is not as per the right, I would say not right, like the highest form of your truth, then your throat chakra will be blocked. तो अगर आप झूठ बोलते हैं, झूठे तरीके के काम करते हैं, you're indulging in fraud and all the wrong things, and you know that you're doing a wrong thing, then the throat chakra will be blocked.
Manipulation.
Manipulation, fraud, so whatever you can think of. So Satya is the truth. So you are on the path of truth. In fact, this is the path of Dharma. This is the highest purpose of your life. We saw purpose of life at the sacral chakra also, but that purpose of life was limited to the pleasure and pain. Correct? तो आपका अगर लाइफ का पर्पस है आपका लोअर चक्रा के बेसिस पे है प्लेजर एंड पेन which means attraction and aversion, then it will be absolutely worldly and very catering to the lower desires. So your pleasure center could be, you can think of all the pleasure centers which a normal human being can experience, catering to his lower desires. But here we are talking of a higher purpose of life. So we will deal more with it. But meanwhile, Suman ji, आपको share करना चाह रहे थे?
Does it also have clear boundaries kind of thing, that you set your clear boundaries with respect to your communication?
Yeah, that could be there. Communication के अगर आपको if you are setting the boundaries for the communication, so very clear clarity in communication is important. So that will be part of communication. Yes, but if you can be more specific, then it will be good for others also to understand. But if you want to just be very clear about your communication, so clarity will be part of it. Yeah.
Shashi, I would rather say the word to Sumanji instead of boundaries. If you use the word appropriateness, that would be an appropriate thing, because communication never has a boundary. Communication has the appropriateness of the moment.
You can say the domain. Domain क्या है?
Absolutely.
That will be or the paradigm that you're operating from. That would be the boundary or the barrier. Yeah.
The acceptable and the non-acceptable kind of communication she meant, I think.
So the paradigm that you're operating from, that would be the platform or whatever the foundation that you have. So that would be more appropriate. Right. Got it. Okay. Anybody else who would like to say? Anybody else who would like to say? Throat chakra के consciousness में और क्या आ सकता है? We already touched the very important point of Satya and Dharma. That itself is like an ocean, right? So everything else will fall into in the subcategories of this topic. But still, if anybody has something else, please go ahead.
I think the other thing which probably we can talk about this later is the way to how to balance the throat chakra. So maybe there are plenty of options to, for example, the meditation, the sound, the color.
First of all, we are just trying to understand right now how do you understand the consciousness of the throat chakra? कि अगर आप throat chakra के consciousness में हैं, तो आपकी life कैसे होगी? बस we are trying to understand that, right? So imagine a situation when we talk of communication. That is, if you talk about the first superfluous thing of the outer periphery, it will be all of communication and self-expression. So if you find somebody who is bad in communication means who cannot speak or communicate his ideas properly, who is afraid of speaking. So public speaking, लोगों के सामने बोलने से डर लगता है, आवाज बंद हो जाती है, गला सूख जाता है, पसीने छूट जाते हैं, तो ये क्या है? क्लियर हो गया. थ्रोट चक्रा इज डेफिनेटली गॉन फॉर अ टॉस, राइट? कोई ओवर टॉकिंग करता है, नॉन स्टॉप राजधानी एक्सप्रेस चला रहा, सुनता ही नहीं है या सुनती ही नहीं है. You say whatever, they will go on saying. आप किसी से मिलते हो, just for an example, the conversation will go like this. You give a smile, the other person is walking. Hi, कैसे हो? अच्छे ही होंगे. हाँ, काम कैसा चल रहा है? बढ़िया ही चल रहा होगा. घर में सब ठीक ठाक? अच्छा ही होगा. He is asking question, he is answering for you. You just have to nod your head. They will go on, and then finally say, okay, ठीक है जी, okay, बढ़िया. So you know that you will not get a chance to speak in front of these people. They will ask, they will answer, and they will move on. So these people are also there. So somewhere that awareness is not there. Somewhere that understanding is not there. That clarity of communication is not there. I need to listen also. So you could be a very bad listener. So that is the first aspect of communication which comes from the throat chakra. How many of you have seen people like this? And I hope you are not seeing them in the mirror, right? Yeah, in case you are seeing them in the mirror, need to do some corrective action. Give some space to others to speak also. You should be a good listener. And then speak appropriately with a lot of power, because communication is all power. आपके words में बहुत power होती है. The words can actually kill somebody, right? Words can heal and words can hurt. So you have to be very, very clear about your choice of words, about your choice of communication, right? Yes, so if anybody who would like to share on this, your experience of people who are bad in communication. Any example that you would like to share, or your own experience, how you were and how you are now? That could be a good sharing. कोई बोलना चाहे?
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि थ्रोट चक्रा कॉन्शियसनेस जब हाइटेंड हो किसी भी व्यक्ति का, तो वाक शुद्धि और जिसे कहते हैं कि सरस्वती जिह्वा पर बैठी है, तो वो रहेगा. द आउटकम विल बी दैट.
Absolutely.
वो हो गया.
Very good, very good. Big round of applause for Taruna ji. There is a next higher level of performance from the throat chakra. So if your thoughts, words, and actions are aligned, mansa, vacha, karmana are aligned, and if you are on the path of satya, you are following the truth. That means you are following the you can say journey of truth. It's not like speaking truth. It's not about honesty. It is living the truth. When we talk of living the truth, the one name that comes to my mind is Raja Harishchandra. सुनिए सबने कहानियां. सतयुग के राजा थे राजा हरिश्चंद्र, और विश्वामित्र पड़ गए थे उनके पीछे, ऋषि विश्वामित्र की I will prove him wrong, and all the gods challenged him. If you can prove him wrong, then you can do whatever you feel like. But you can't. He was kind of a person who had the reputation. तीनों लोकों में बोलते हैं राजा हरिश्चंद्र को मानते थे कि इनको कोई हिला नहीं सकता. He is the ultimate form of truth. That is why we often say Raja Harishchandra है क्या, सत्य की बात करते हैं. That was the kind of truth that he had. And if he is following that kind of truth, of course, not that kind of truth, but anybody who is following the truth in his thoughts, words, and actions, the power is that Saraswati का जो आशीर्वाद है वो रहेगा. You say something, it happens. Why? Because you are always following the truth. You are following the laws of the universe. Whatever you say will become the rule of the universe. It will happen. So that is the power that you are talking of. So Taruna ji, very good point that you brought up. Thank you for that. Okay, good. So I will not get into the stories of Raja Harishchandra. We all know that, right? But whatever comes to your mind when we hear of this path of truth, when you are seeking the truth, what is the truth that you are seeking? Let's have some discussion on that. सत्य और धर्म की अगर हम बात करें, तो सत्य तो चलो पता लग गया हमको, मनसा वाचा कर्मणा की बात कर रहे हैं. And by the way, we are all experts in saying something, thinking something different, saying something different, and doing entirely different. कितने लोग जानते हैं ऐसे इंसान को? ये तो आराम से दिख जाते हैं, ये तो रोज ही दिखते हैं. जब भी आप ब्रश करने जाओगे तो दिख जाएंगे. Right? We are born experts in this. कोई आता है घर में हमसे मिलने के लिए, हम कहते हैं अरे बड़े दिनों बाद अचानक, आजकल ऐसा नहीं होता, प्लान सब अपॉइंटमेंट लेके आते हैं, बट थिंक ऑफ ए टाइम सडनली somebody walked in, and then आप क्या बोलते हो? अरे बड़े दिनों बाद आइए बैठिए. अंदर क्या चल रहा है? अरे यार कहाँ से आ गया, अभी तो बहुत काम था, मेरे को सब डिस्टर्ब कर दिया इसने. फिर बोलेंगे अच्छा बैठिए, खाना खा के जाइएगा, चाय पी के निकल जाए तो अच्छा है. थॉट प्रोसेस कुछ चल रहा है, बोल कुछ रहे हो, and then that person will always get the vibes. आप जो वाइब्स भेज रहे हो वो उसको पता लग जाता. थोड़ी देर बाद खुद ही बोलेगा चाय पी के, अच्छा चलता हूँ मैं, काम है, अगली बार आऊंगा, फिर तो तसल्ली से बैठेंगे. कहना हाँ अगली बार आएंगे, फिर खाना भी खाएंगे. चलो ठीक, बढ़िया, थैंक यू वेरी मच. What I'm trying to say is that you're thinking something, you're saying something, and then you do entirely different. So do you ever think you will get that Vak Siddhi that Taruna ji just said? Impossible. So you have to bring the truth in your alignment, in your thoughts, words, and actions. Mansa vacha karmana. If you're seeking the truth, if you're speaking the truth, if you're living the truth, then this power will come. Jo aap bologe, the universe will make it happen. Good. Okay, let's have also some discussion on the path of dharma, purpose of life, highest purpose of life. So what is the highest purpose of life? Let's have some people share. We have already done this law of dharma. We have already done in the universal laws, right? So if you can recall some discussions, it will be good. So path of dharma. What is the path of dharma? What
salvation.
Huh?
Salvation.
Okay, good. So salvation. So that is at the level of the journey of the soul, correct? The journey of soul. So we all know, being in this platform, we can easily say that we are all souls on a spiritual journey, having a human experiences, correct? So that is understanding, common understanding for everybody. So in this lifetime, you have already spent maybe 40 years, 30 years, 50 years, 55 years, maybe 60, correct? तो ये 60 साल के लिए इस जन्म में आपके कुछ पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ रहा होगा. एनीथिंग योर गोल्स यू हैव that you want to achieve in your life, some you have already achieved, some you want to achieve, correct? So that is the, you can say, the goal of the body. लाइफ फॉर्म का जो है, इस लाइफ फॉर्म में आपके कुछ गोल्स हैं. So that could be your goals in this lifetime. That could, you can say, that is the purpose of my life in this lifetime. Okay, what is that? And what is the purpose of you as a soul who is already on a journey for more than thousands and thousands of years? Will that be different? Or is that the same? That is the question. That will tell you whether you're on the path of dharma and adharma. That is the first thing.
Repeat the question.
What I'm saying is, at the soul level, where the soul is already on a spiritual journey for more than thousands and thousands of years, we have a purpose of, there is a soul purpose. And in this lifetime also, we have spent 50 to 60 years in our life, in our lifetime. So is this purpose of life aligned with the soul purpose that we are born to achieve? That is the question that, first of all, that you need to first be aware of it and then understand and then take the corrective action. That is what will put you on the path of Satya and Dharma. And that is the topic for today. Okay. So slowly we are coming into the depths of the throat chakra consciousness. The path of Satya and Dharma. उसके ऊपर हम बात करें. तो क्या खुल के आ रहा है किसी के लिए? Anybody who wants to share? And I hope everybody comfortable with Hindi and English, correct? English, right? तो कौन बोलना चाहेंगे? Yes, Leslie, go ahead.
जो इस लाइफ के गोल्स है और जो अल्टीमेट गोल है, द अल्टीमेट गोल विच आई से द सैल्वेशन, और इस लाइफ के जो गोल्स हैं वो संसारिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी से बंधे हुए हैं. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं अगर होल हार्टेडली, वेरी ऑनेस्टली, अगर मैं अपनी संसारिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज भी पूरी करता हूँ, वो एक्चुअली मुझे अपलिफ्ट करता है टुवर्ड्स माय अल्टीमेट गोल आल्सो. इट काइंड ऑफ फ्रीज मी फर्दर अवे and it lifts me to achieve my ultimate goal also. So okay. I feel they both are linked in a way.
Okay, perfect. So if you think they are linked in a way and you are moving on the spiritual journey by fulfilling your responsibilities in this life, so that's a great awareness, right? So that's a great awareness. Good, welcome. Good understanding, Leslie. Anybody else? और कोई शेयर करना चाहेंगे? Question अगर clear नहीं है तो मैं थोड़ा सा explain कर देता हूँ. हम ये बात कर रहे हैं कि जो आत्मा बहुत थाउजेंड्स एंड हजारों सालों से जर्नी में है, एक सोल पर्पस है. वो सोल पर्पस क्या है वो क्लियर होना चाहिए. सेकंड, इस जन्म में आपके जो 50 साल 60 साल हो गए हैं उसमें आपके कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं, उनके तहत आपका पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ इस जन्म में क्या है और क्या ये अलाइंड हैं, क्या ये उसी लाइन में चल रहा है या उससे अलग है. दैट्स ऑल माय क्वेश्चन इज, एंड योर एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ योर लाइफ. दैट्स ऑल आई एम शेयरिंग. यस मीनू, यू गो अहेड.
I feel that we all are different in many ways. We all are unique and we have different talents, which we need to express in the best possible way and lead a fulfilling life. That is what I understand out of law of dharma.
Okay, I got that. So that is pertaining to, possibly you're talking of unique qualities in this lifetime. So talking of the purpose of life of this lifetime, correct?
Yes.
And what do you think is the sole purpose?
The soul's purpose is to evolve and grow and get out of this worldly matters and get salvation finally. So
the same. So understanding is correct. What Leslie said, soul purpose is salvation or moksha or nirvana, whichever language you want to use, right? So ultimately you're talking of self-realization, reaching the highest level of consciousness. That is the purpose of the soul. So everybody agreed with that? Soul का एक purpose है. Okay. And that is the dharma of our human life. Human life में अगर हम हैं तो एक हमारा धर्म है, एक हमारा soul purpose है, which we want to fulfill. And in this lifetime, how close we can go there, fulfilling all the responsibilities of this lifetime, not sacrificing anything, fulfilling, enjoying life, fulfilling all the responsibilities, and then seeing where we are moving ahead. उसमें उसको अचीव करने के लिए हम कितना आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, यानी कि सांसारिक बंधनों में रहने के बावजूद हम अपनी साधना में, स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी के साधना में कितने तत्पर हैं, कितना आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और अपनी सोल पर्पस को फुलफिल करने में कितने सक्षम हैं. That will be the awareness and the understanding for our spiritual journey. Everybody okay with that? Yes. So let's have more people share. और कौन शेयर करना चाहेंगे? Yes, Tony, go ahead. Yeah, after that, Neeta ji.
Yeah, Shashi, just listening to you, I was wondering, you said life has been sort of, going on as a soul for thousands and thousands of years, but is Jeevan Kal mein, we may have lived around 50 years or 60 years or whatever. Looking at life in a gist, मुझे तो frankly speaking बचपन से लेकर अभी तक ये नहीं समझ में आया कि लाइफ में what exactly was the purpose of one's life. मतलब I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about myself personally. That कई बार मतलब जीवन में ऐसा मतलब हुआ बचपन से लेकर अब तक कि लाइफ में कभी तो हमने सोचा ही नहीं कि हमने करना क्या है, और कभी अगर जहन में आया भी कि अच्छा ये करना है और उसकी तरफ अगर हम चले भी तो देन somehow destiny or whatever you can के आप जैसे कहते हैं luck would have it, we were not able to pursue what we wanted to pursue, and life threw us into circumstances and situations which were not even desirable, which were not even wanted by us, and life just went on. And now if I look at my life, मतलब like if I would say भाई क्या तुमने अचीव किया, तो मैं तो ये कहूँगा मैंने 60 साल जीवन को जी लिया बस. What have you achieved? I think this.
Okay, got it. So if that is the awareness that is coming to you, first be okay with it कि ये अगर आपका experience है, and then you don't have to be so harsh with yourself, Tony. I know that your journey has been pretty good for the last 25-30 years since I know you. Since 1997, since I know you, I know that your journey has been on a steady momentum on the spiritual journey. Ups and downs तो होंगे, right? And especially in the last 2 years, I have seen a tremendous shift in your awareness and consciousness. And I vouch everybody in this group who has interacted with you will vouch for that, correct? So you don't have to be so harsh on your analysis for yourself. Number one, be kind and generous to yourself. ठीक है? और अगर यहाँ पे आप बैठे हो, इस ग्रुप में बैठे हो और स्पिरिचुअल कन्वर्सेशन में हो, you should know that you are already in that select 2% or 3% of the population on this planet Earth. Nobody talks of spirituality, right? Even if you are spending 1 hour in a week in Wednesday and 1 hour on a weekend, and you are doing some other activities of your yoga, meditation, pranayam, and religious activities of going to church and whatever, you are already a spiritual being and you already have spiritual experiences. Okay, so just be a little mild with yourself, do that analysis again, and then maybe have a one-to-one with me. You will feel much better, I can assure you that much. Okay. So and since I know you and since I have done healing for you, so I know that your spiritual journey is pretty good. Yes, but you do get shaken up a bit fast. But remember that is we all are WIP, work in progress है ना हम सब लोग.
सर कल बात मेरी क्लास चल रही है, थोड़ी देर बाद बात करें.
हाँ, हम अभी बात करते हैं.
Okay.
वो थोड़ी देर में बात करेंगे, ठीक है? Okay, so Tony, I hope I have given you the answer.
Yeah, sure.
Schedule a call with me, and we will work it out. Yes, who wanted to speak? Neeta ji पहले पूछना चाह रही थी, so Neeta ji go ahead, and after that Minu ji. Yeah. Sanjeev, you next.
बताना चाह रही थी अपनी एक्सपीरियंस. अगर हम अपने तरीके से सत्य और धर्म के रास्ते होते हैं, तो जो सांसारिक हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस होती है वो काफी चीजें अपने आप हल होती जाती है, सिचुएशंस क्रिएट होते हैं, हल हो जाती है, स्पेशली जब आप सत्य धर्म पे हैं और साथ में आप वो अध्यात्म वाले रास्ते पे भी इतना चल जाते हैं। मुझे लगता है इस एज तक मतलब आई थिंक दैट 60 to 70% things have been like clear about adhyatma also and about the sansaric life also. Whatever wanted and required is done, and whatever is not done, God is just manifesting it. Like if you are going, like if I am going on my satyam dharma, this thing, ये चीजें होती जाती है, मुझे खुद भी नहीं पता होता है कैसे हो रही है, क्यों हो रही है, कहाँ से हो रही है, तो चीजें हो जाती है। So
Great,
मुझे काफी
wonderful,
तृप्ति है
great
इस बारे में।
experience, very good experience. Effortless life बोलते हैं ना इसको. It's like Sachin Tendulkar hitting a cover drive. It just goes to the boundary. He just touches it, it goes to the boundary. Well, he's a genius. So when you come to that level of mastery, everything will flow with life. तो आपका सोल पर्पस पूरा हो रहा है, आप साधना पे हैं और आपकी लाइफ की सिचुएशंस धीरे धीरे, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा एकदम से सब मैजिकली ओवरनाइट चेंज हो जाएगी, पर धीरे धीरे इट इज बिकमिंग बेटर एंड बेटर एंड बेटर.
हो रही है।
So if that is the experience, you are on a journey, you know that. Then you know you are moving very well on your spiritual journey.
यहाँ पे है, वो है जर्नी पे। जो आपने कहा कि मिरर में आप लोग तो नहीं हो, तो हम में से कोई भी मिरर में वो वाला बंदा नहीं होगा। I'm very sure about that.
Yeah. So you can see that once upon a time I used to be that in the mirror. Now I am different, huh? Kind of a thing. So that is a better way. So you will analyze your spiritual journey perfectly fine. Because 20 years, 25 years before, you were absolutely not the same kind of a person, right? So maybe I was like a sheep, a victim ego, playing full to victim ego in my life. But now I know that I am roaring like a lion. So you know there is a huge transformation happening, which has happened in my life, right? That way. So that should be the awareness, that should be the understanding. And then you should always take your right hand up, bring it back and say, good job done. You're doing a great job, go ahead. If nobody does that, you do that for yourself. Huh?
Always.
Yes, so we do that. Okay, good. Right, Minuji, go ahead.
सर, धर्म के रास्ते पे चलते हुए हम लोग दूसरों को किस तरीके से हेल्प कर सकते हैं या सर्व कर सकते हैं, ये भी एक बहुत जरूरी एस्पेक्ट है.
Correct, absolutely right. Okay, so okay, you wanted to make that point. Okay, great, wonderful. So let us understand a little bit more about dharma before anybody else wants to speak. Yeah, Suman ji, कुछ बोलना चाह रही हैं? Go ahead. आप म्यूट पे हैं.
अभी तक म्यूट पे ही है, that's that. Anyways, what question I had is, whenever anybody talks about the purpose of life, what is the purpose? I think that is the first question I asked you when we started this Wednesday, when I came in this Wednesday sessions. So you said purpose apne aap mil jayegi, jeete chale, something like that you said, if I relate correctly. Okay, so most of the people, like, they want to know what is the purpose of life, but life itself, life doesn't have any, just live it nicely. And I think aise koi purpose jaisi cheez nahi hoti hai, you have to just, and ultimate to sabhi ko wahi, if you realize it is moksha, if you don't realize, then keep living. Choices everybody's. Now that's what I feel. I don't know how much I'm correct in this, but this is what I understand since the time, because I always listen to the audios about the purpose of life. Most of the people get, entangled with this question. Okay. What is the purpose of life?
All right. So we have understood.
Just wanted to hear from you what exactly is your say on this.
Okay, fast. So let us have some serious knowledge or gyan part on this, right? Ready for it, everybody? Okay. So every living creation in this universe, God has created the whole universe, and there are different life forms, correct? In every life form, there is a basic intrinsic nature which is common to that species. Okay, so that is the basic intrinsic nature, that is called dharma, right? So what is the basic intrinsic nature of a bird? Kya hoga? Everybody knows. Intrinsic nature of a bird is, say suppose one species of birds ले लेते हैं, सिर्फ birds नहीं लेते, crow ले लेते हैं. तो crow का एक basic intrinsic nature क्या है? Black color, caw and flying. Correct? Nature है. All the crows will do that wherever you go. Basic nature है. So all the crows will do that. So एक human species का भी एक धर्म है. You have to understand what is that dharma. What is the basic nature of all the human beings on this planet Earth? एक होगा, हर स्पीशीज का है. फिशेस swim, if I talk in one line. Birds fly, correct? Scorpio stings, snake hisses or bites, whatever you can say. एक नेचर है, हर जीव का एक नेचर है, बेसिक इंट्रिंसिक नेचर. That is called the dharma. What is the dharma of a human being? What is the basic intrinsic nature of all human beings?
Searching for happiness.
तो happiness को थोड़ा सा हम elevate कर दें तो we will call that bliss.
Bliss. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sat Chit Anand is the basic intrinsic nature of a human being, the species.
Yeah.
Correct? Now, what is that all the life forms doing? They are experiencing and expressing this basic nature. So what is the purpose of human being? Dharma or purpose of human being is what? Experiencing and expressing the basic nature of Sat Chit Anand. ये ज्ञान है, इस पे डिस्कशन नहीं है, इसको अंडरस्टैंड करना. दिस इज अ यूनिवर्सल लॉ, सो अंडरस्टैंड इट, लेट इट गो इन. ओके, सत मीन्स व्हाट? Not only honesty, as I said, it is satya. Satya means the ultimate universal understanding, highest knowledge, highest gyan, highest truth, the eternal truth. That is Sat. Chit, awareness. Human beings are the only species who are aware of what is happening with them. If you are sick, we know we are sick. We go to the doctor, get the medication done. No other human beings are, or no other species are aware of their suffering, aware of their injuries. Their injuries get healed. That's all they know. They are not aware of it. So we know awareness is something special for human being. Everybody okay with that statement? ये चित्त है. तो हमारा एक चित्त है और ये चित्त का कॉन्शियसनेस जो है, इसी को हम अलग अलग लेवल पे ऊपर लेके जा रहे हैं. In the 7 levels of chakras. That is the discussion that we are having in this session. When we say throat chakra consciousness, we are talking of the chit at the throat chakra consciousness. What is that? That is what we are looking at. So the chit keeps on changing. Highest level of chit kya hai? When the chit is absolutely clean, we call that in our technical word, in our shastras, शास्त्रों में क्या क्या है? निरुद्ध चित. Clean chit. That is the place when you reach self-realization. और थर्ड आई कॉन्शियसनेस में उसको हम बोलेंगे एकाग्र चित्त. ये चित्त की लेवल्स हैं, कहाँ पे हम हैं. तो सत, चित्त और आनंद की जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, उसके 3 लेवल को मैं एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ. सत क्लियर हो गया, इटर्नल ट्रुथ, यूनिवर्सल ट्रुथ दैट यू आर लिविंग, दैट इज सत. चित्त क्या है? यूर अवेयरनेस, यूर कॉन्शियसनेस आज की डेट में कहाँ है. Consciousness is at root chakra. You will be having a very, very low level of understanding of life. Your purpose of life will be to survive, because fear is the emotion at root chakra. आप survive करते रहेंगे, जॉब बचाते रहेंगे, जान बचाते रहेंगे, झगड़ा करते रहेंगे, पुलिस केस में फंसे रहेंगे, कोर्ट केसेस में फंसे रहेंगे, समझ रहे, हॉस्पिटल के चक्कर काटते रहेंगे, बीमारियों से उलझते रहेंगे, सर्वाइवल चल रहा है. So root chakra consciousness is all about fear and survival. Your consciousness will be there. Your life will be showing that results only. आप लाइफ में वही इवेंट्स को अट्रैक्ट करेंगे जो रूट चक्रा के कॉन्शियसनेस में है. That is what we are looking at. So at the throat level, throat chakra level का consciousness क्या है? That is what we are looking in this particular session. कि आप सत्य और धर्म के मार्ग पे हैं, तो आप कहाँ पे हैं? चित्त क्लियर हो गया. चित्त. Next we come to Anand, which Leslie just mentioned, happiness. So happiness, if it is due to a reason or due to a object or due to a person or due to a situation, then it is more like a pleasure. It will come and go. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. It will keep on, it will come and go. Pleasure and pain. Rag, dvesh. Okay. But if the bliss is without any reason, then it will be permanent. So that permanent bliss is your nature.
Absolutely.
It is not depending on person, it is not depending on people, it is not depending on things, it is not depending on situation. आपके पास पैसा है या ना नहीं है, आपके पास जॉब है या नहीं है, आपके पास रिश्ते हैं या नहीं हैं, you are blissful because that is your nature. That is bliss. I am happy because I had a gulab jamun, that is pleasure. I am crying because I didn't get a gulab jamun, that is pain. Making sense? तो सत चित आनंद, थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी मिली क्या है, what are we talking of? ये हमारा नेचर है. तो सुमन जी, coming to you. If you are experiencing and expressing Sat, Chit, Anand in your life, that is the purpose of your life. You don't have to do anything else. You could be a teacher, you could be a housewife, you could be MD of a company, you could be the prime minister, you could be flying a fighter aircraft, you could be fighting at the border, you can do anything that you feel like. Are you experiencing Sat, Chit, Anand? Are you expressing this? Then you are on the path of Dharma. And if you keep doing that, in one life form or the other, you will attain self-realization. That is the sole purpose. जिसके लिए आप हजारों सालों से, और अभी तो मेरे को अभी रिसेंटली पता चला कि कई लाखों सालों से हम चल रहे हैं, ठीक है? So I will not debate into that, but the soul is on a journey for thousands and thousands of years. Purpose is self-realization, which means the highest actualization of your power of you. आपका highest manifestation, आपका highest understanding. When you are living a life from highest level of understanding and highest level of living, that is the highest form of dharma. और वो कहाँ पे आता है? Consciousness के level पे हम बोलें तो that will come at the third eye chakra or the crown chakra. Third eye chakra is एकाग्रचित, crown chakra is निरुद्धचित. बाकी सब level के जो चित हैं, बाकी level के throat chakra and all, it is there. There are different names. I don't recollect it now. If you are very keen on that, I will check that and I will let you know. Right? But ये दोनों बहुत clear हैं because these are the target. These are my targets. I remember it. So I need my consciousness at third eye chakra, which is ekagrachit. Ultimate journey is to reach niruddha chit, where the chit is absolutely clean. Now, what do you mean by absolutely clean? Chit पूरा clean होगा मतलब क्या है? Can you understand that? Let me know. मैंने थोड़ा ज़्यादा ज्ञान दे दिया, इसलिए जरा पूछना जरूरी है. कितने लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है निरुद्ध चित्त क्या होता है? अमित जी आप नहीं, संजीव आप भी नहीं, आप दोनों को छोड़ के और कोई अगर बोलना चाहे. एकाग्र चित्त और निरुद्ध चित्त क्या होते हैं बताइए?
एकाग्र चित्त मेरे हिसाब से फोकस्ड माइंड रहेगा, और निरुद्ध चित्त मतलब प्योर सोल, प्योर हार्ट, प्योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. और
ठीक है, your understanding is clear. आपको वो vocabulary नहीं मिल रही है, which is fine. Okay, let's listen from Leslie. Leslie, go ahead.
I think when all the sanskars gets dissolved, तो बिल्कुल मतलब प्योर हो जाते हैं. I mean, if everything gets dissolved, पुराना जितना भी है.
Okay. All right, good, very good. So both the answers are correct, I would say, in your understanding. So let me give you more clarity on it. First of all, we need to understand कि जब हम body की बात कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा technical चल रहा है. I hope everybody is okay with this.
Yeah.
किसी को ऐसा तो नहीं ऊपर से जा रहा है तो बता देना मेरे को. I will then make it simpler. Body के 5 elements हैं: fire, earth, water, fire, air and space. Everybody clear on this? Yeah. And space is the container in which all the other 4 elements are contained. You should know how your 5 elements are maintained. Correct? तो ये जो body दिख रहा है, ये स्थूल शरीर जो दिख रहा है, ये 5 तत्वों से बना हुआ है, और जो स्पेस एलिमेंट है वो उस चारों को बांध के रखता है, इसीलिए शरीर का ये फॉर्म हमको दिखता है. ठीक है, तो ये तो हो गई बॉडी की बात. माइंड का क्या है? माइंड के जो क्वालिटीज हैं, दे आर तमोगुण, रजोगुण, सतोगुण. ठीक है, और ये कहाँ पे होते हैं? ये हाउ आर दे कंटेन? दे आर कंटेन्ड इन ए कंटेनर कॉल्ड चित्त. तो चित्त में क्या है? आपके जितने भी जन्म हुए हैं अभी तक ह्यूमन लाइफ के, ठीक है, ह्यूमन लाइफ के जितने भी जन्म हुए, जितने भी कर्म आपने किए हैं, उन सब के इम्प्रिंट्स हैं, बिल्कुल हैं. कहाँ पे हैं? सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में बोलते हैं, राइट? सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में पास्ट लाइफ्स के सारे इम्प्रिंट्स हैं. So all these imprints are there in the form of these gunas which are embedded in the chit. Self realization कब होगा? when all these get dissolved means what? The seeds are burnt. जब ये बीज जला दिए जाते हैं आपकी साधना से, तब आप निरुद्ध चित्त बनते हैं। तो उसका प्रोसेस क्या है? पहले तमोगुण के बीज डॉर्मेंट होंगे। डॉर्मेंट मतलब जले नहीं है। डॉर्मेंट को क्या बोलेंगे हिंदी में? Anybody help me? Somebody help me. Dormant is what? जले नहीं है, बट वो अभी
Subside हो गए,
सो रहे हैं, मान लो
Embedded, subdued, embedded.
सबड्यूड हैं या सप्रेस्ड हैं मान लो, बट मरे नहीं है, बेहोश है मान के चलो, ठीक है। तो तमोगुण के संस्कार आपके जो हैं वो सबड्यूड हैं। उसके बाद तमोगुण सरेंडर्स टू व्हाट? रजोगुण। फिर रजोगुण के जो इमोशन हैं, सब तमोगुण इज ऑल ईगो। तमोगुण के जो विकार हैं वो सारे ईगो के फ्लेवर्स हैं, राइट? ऑल द नेगेटिव इमोशंस। रजोगुण जो है इट इज बेसिकली ए हाईली वोलेटाइल इमोशनल स्टेट, रजोगुण। और रजोगुण को ट्रांसेंड करके हम सरेंडर कराते हैं सतोगुण में। तो तमोगुण का सेंटर है आपका सोलार चक्र और नीचे के 3 चक्र। रजोगुण का सेंटर है आपका हार्ट चक्र, इमोशनल सेंटर। और उसके बाद जो आपका आता है सतोगुण, उसका सेंटर है आपका थर्ड आई चक्र। तो रजोगुण बिकम्स सतोगुण एंड तमोगुण बिकम्स रजोगुण। दैट इज हाउ यू प्रोग्रेस। ये आपका स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी है, जब आप अपने इन संस्कारों को डोरमेंट करते हुए जाएंगे। थर्ड आई चक्र में जब सतोगुण एक्टिव होगा, वहां से जो जर्नी शुरू होती है, ये बर्निंग ऑफ द सीड्स विल स्टार्ट। जब आप एकाग्र चित्त से निरुद्ध चित्त होते हैं, तो आपके ये सारे गुण जो डोरमेंट हैं ये जलने शुरू हो जाते हैं आपके तपस्या से, साधना की तपस्या से, and then they will be erased from the चित्त। That is how you attain निरुद्ध चित्त। Making sense? ये आपकी साधना के तपस्या का नतीजा होगा और इसमें कई जन्म लग जाएंगे और आप ऑलरेडी कई जन्म ले चुके हैं, इसीलिए इस सिचुएशन में हैं यहाँ पे, हम ये डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। Making sense? So this is the sole purpose to achieve that। और अगर आप सत्य चित आनंद को एक्सपीरियंस और एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं, तो ये लाइफ फॉर्म आपका सफल है, आप उस प्रोसेस में हैं। तो ये थोड़ा सा बताना जरूरी था, तो दैट क्लैरिटी मिल जाए आपको। अब कोई सवाल हो तो पूछ सकते हैं। Anybody who wants to say something, ask something?
So till the time we get to the Ajna Chakra and burn the seeds, we are in the journey just trial like a spider, up and down, up and down.
हाँ, तो अप एंड डाउन होता रहेगा जब तक आप थर्ड आई चक्र पे नहीं पहुंचते। दैट इज द आज्ञा चक्र पे। आज्ञा चक्र पे आप स्टडी हो जाएंगे, एकाग्रचित है। दैट इज कॉल्ड द माइंड ऑफ ए कैंडल फ्लेम, अनफ्लिकरिंग कैंडल फ्लेम माइंड होता है, करेक्ट। और उसी के लिए हम बोलते हैं अगर वो पहुंचाना हो तो थोड़ी सी एक्टिविटीज हमने जो योगिक टेक्निक्स में सिखाते हैं वो है त्राटक। त्राटक इज वन वेरी पावरफुल एक्टिविटी विच विल हेल्प यू टू अचीव एकाग्रचित। तो आपके जो ईगो के जो उतार चढ़ाव हैं, इमोशन के जो उतार चढ़ाव हैं, वो सब स्टडी हो जाते हैं। अगर आप त्राटक सही ढंग से प्रैक्टिस करें तो आपको इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस मिल जाएगी, आपको विजडम मिल जाएगी, डिवाइन विजडम, डिवाइन इंट्यूशन एक्टिवेट हो जाएगी। थर्ड आई चक्र एक्टिवेट हो जाएगा मीन्स यू आर मच बेटर देन इन योर स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी। अब आप गिरेंगे नहीं वहां से। वर्स्ट केस में गिर भी सकते हैं बट चांसेस बहुत कम। उससे पहले तो गिरने के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा हैं, टिकने के चांसेस बहुत कम है। थर्ड आई चक्र पे यू विल बी स्टेबल। Chances are that from there you will only go up, you will not fall down, unless you do something like some activity of Ravan, जो थर्ड आई चक्र से भी नीचे गिर के वापस ईगो में पहुंच गए थे, फिर वापस अपने तमोगुण में आ गए थे। महापंडित महाज्ञानी होके भी आप तमोगुण में फंस सकते हो, you will know, never know. So that you have to take some precaution, but generally third eye chakra is considered to be a safe place from where you can only go forward up to the Niruddha Chakra or the Crown Chakra. Making sense? So we will continue this discussion next week also, because there is a lot to be discussed and lot to be shared. क्योंकि आज सिर्फ मैंने ही बोला है, आप लोगों ने बोला नहीं है, जबकि मैं चाहता नहीं था कि इतनी लंबी ज्ञान का सेशन हो, लेकिन वो हो गया। हाँ, maybe the consciousness called for it. So don't worry, we will have a lot of time to share in the next week. and in the next week, if required, we will do that. But let me have some takeaway from the session today. मैं और कुछ नहीं बोलूँगा, तो कोई भी अगर share करना चाहें, and we will continue this session in the next week also, because it is already 10 o'clock, so I need to formally close the session. So let me take some sharings and then we close it in another 5 minutes, right? Before we hand over to Sanjeev for his special summarization. Anybody who wants to ask any question? किसी के कोई सवाल हो? जो शांत हैं अभी तक, कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं, पूछ सकते हैं. बहुत सारे लोग वीडियो ऑफ करके बैठे हैं. पार्थ सुशील जैन जी ने ज्वाइन किया है. आई एम नॉट श्योर. सुशील जैन जी, अमित जी आपने इनवाइट किया?
I think so, yeah. He is a part of PYP in Assam. Yeah.
तो सुशील जैन जी नमस्कार. अगर कुछ शेयर करना चाहें, तो कहिए. कोई सवाल हो तो पूछिए.
अभी तो आपको सुन के पूरा आत्मविभोर हूँ, सुन रहा हूँ. आज पहली बार ज्वाइन किया हूँ, बहुत अच्छा लगा. अगले वेडनेसडे को फिर मिलने की आकांक्षा रखता हूँ.
श्योर, वेलकम सर.
Thank you,
थैंक यू. हाँ जी, तरुणा जी आप कुछ शेयर करना चाहेंगे? और कोई भी शेयर करना चाहें हाथ उठाइए ताकि मैं आपको देख सकूं. तरुणा जी को शेयर करना चाहेंगे? सेशन कैसा लगा आपको? एनीथिंग यू वांट टू शेयर?
जी बहुत अच्छा, शुक्रिया.
Okay, thank you. All right, welcome. Anybody else who would like to share? किसने आज शेयर नहीं किया है? Okay, हाँ जी, सिल्विया जी. Yes.
I found it little confusing today, very technical. So
no problem. We will recap this next week also, so you will get it clear. But just note down your questions so that you get clarity. In case you want, we will have a one-to-one. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else who wants to ask any question? फिर से मेरे को शोले का डायलॉग याद आता है. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई? हाँ. यस अनीता जी, गो अहेड. पूछ रही हैं कुछ? नहीं. अच्छा, मेरे को लगा आप शायद फॉर्म में आ गई हैं. नहीं, अभी फॉर्म में नहीं आई है. कोई बात नहीं, अगले हफ्ते करेंगे. All right. Anybody else who would like to share? Tony, you want to share?
वो तुम्हारे सन्नाटे की क्या जवाब देना चाह रहा था मैं.
हाँ, बोलिए.
तुमने पूछा ना इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई.
हाँ.
कई बार सन्नाटा ऐसा सन्नाटा होता है कि मतलब खामोशी दूर दूर तक रहती है और कुछ सुनाई भी नहीं देता है.
Okay, so you are under the tremendous impact of the universal truth. Correct?
कई बार जीवन जो है वो ऐसी सन्नाटे वाली स्थिति पैदा कर देता है कि कुछ समझ नहीं आता है कि बोलें क्या और कहें क्या.
No problem. So just be in the flow. So if you don't do anything and just observe what is life, that is good enough. साक्षी बन जाओ. जब कुछ नहीं सूझे तो साक्षी बन जाओ. Just observe what is happening. What is happening in your mind, what is happening in your body, what is happening in your life. Just observe and let it go. Just simply let it go. क्योंकि जो आपके थॉट्स हैं, फीलिंग्स हैं, इमोशंस हैं, बॉडी है, ये सब आने जाने वाली चीजें हैं. सिर्फ आप हमेशा रहोगे, चाहे इस लाइफ फॉर्म में हो या ना हो. यू आर द ओनली वन थिंग दैट इज परमानेंट. रेस्ट ऑल द थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू कम एंड गो. सो जस्ट वॉच. आपके थॉट्स, आपके इमोशंस, आपके फीलिंग्स, आपके अपसेट्स, आपकी लड़ाइयाँ, आपके झगड़े सब आएंगे जाएंगे. कुछ भी परमानेंट नहीं है. कौन परमानेंट है अमित जी?
Our consciousness, we.
You are the truth. You are the truth.
Yeah, yes.
सत आप हो, चित आप हो, आनंद आप हो. Without any reason, love, peace and happiness is your birthright. You are Sat, Chit, Anand. That's it. That is the truth. Rest all is illusion. चलिए, मैं और ज्ञान नहीं दूंगा. Anybody who wants to share something? Otherwise, I will hand it over to Sanjeev for his final comments and then we close the session. Anybody? Last and final call? Anybody? No. Okay, Sanjeev, over to you.
बस ये बोलना चाह रहा था कि खामोशी अच्छी चीज है, because silence is a form of absorption. इस time I think so पूरा group absorption में है, so it's perfectly good.
So you have 1 hour, one week to do Nididhyasana that we call in Vedanta. सुन लिया, समझ लिया, अब प्रैक्टिस में लाओ इसे जितना समझ में आया है. बाकी अगले हफ्ते फिर डिस्कस करेंगे. Yes, Sanjeev, over to you.
Thank you, Shashi, for a lovely session today, and Leslie, that you're right that this is also the part of Throat Chakra, listening and samajhna absorption. तो जब भी मैं थ्रोट चक्रा का सुनता हूँ, स्पेस एलिमेंट से कनेक्ट करता हूँ, सबसे पहले मुझे गाना याद आता है, आज मैं ऊपर आसमान नीचे, क्योंकि तभी स्पेस में होगा ना. सो आई एम इन स्पेस एलिमेंट. इन दिस आई ओनली से वेरी ब्रीफली कि हमारे को अपने कम्युनिकेशन पे बहुत ध्यान देना होता है. The start of the session was from Minuji, and Minuji आपने एक लाइन बोली थी, मैं वहां से टच करना चाहता हूँ. आपने पहली लाइन बोली, आई एम स्टक इन लोअर चक्रास. तो लोअर चक्रास को आप बैड मत समझो. पहली चीज, being on earth is important and it's not about lower chakras को मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, but I'm talking of the word stuck. Moment you say stuck, as per law of attraction, you will attract lot of stuck in your life. Being in any chakra, नीचे से लेके ऊपर तक. तो थ्रोट चक्रा का जो सबसे important aspect होता है वो होता है being very careful and understanding your words, understanding what you're communicating. So that's it, what Shashi shared in detail. जो थोड़ा बहुत आज of course technical था, but that's how I relate to it. अगर आपको अपने लाइफ में थ्रोट चक्रा मतलब कि मेटाबॉलिज्म ऑफ द बॉडी, मेटाबॉलिज्म मतलब बॉडी का फैट और बाकी चीज़ों को कंट्रोल करना है, तो कम्युनिकेशन पे ध्यान देना बहुत ज़रूरी है. प्लीज अवॉइड अनवांटेड लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. दैट्स व्हाट आई से. थैंक यू वेरी मच शशि फॉर लवली डिस्क्रिप्शन.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sanjeev. And with this, we come to the end of the session, and we have exceeded 6 minutes. So we come to the end of the session. Thank you for your participation. I hope this was valuable for everybody. And enjoy a great week, enjoy a great life. Till we meet next Wednesday. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
थैंक यू सर, सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you. Welcome.